rock and roll.
Just a simple beat, enough to dance with, just a few lyrics of day-by-day things that pass is my music in few words.
Chuck Berry didn't have his first #1 hit until My Ding-a-Ling in 1972. But when the Beatles sang his Roll Over Beethoven, they had great success. And the Rolling Stones had similar results with Around and Around. So last night, the Stones' lead guitarist, Keith Richards, was leading the Chuck Berry Band. Paying respect to the man, he says, started it all. Richards wasn't the only big star to drop by. Eric Clapton played the blues with Berry, and Linda Ronstadt sang a duet with him. Watching Berry play, it's hard to believe he's really 60 years old.
His walk across the stage is the most wonderful walk I've ever seen.
How old were you when you first saw it?
Probably about 15 years old.
It's great. Great, he's still going. It's great when you look out and see 15-year-olds, and you also see 65-year-olds and 70-year-olds.
30 years ago, Chuck Berry was helping rock and roll get its start. 20 years ago, the Beatles were copying his tunes. Now, Julian Lennon, the son of a Beatle, and Berry are performing together. And the father of rock and roll is spreading his message to yet another generation.
Long live rock and roll!
Jerry Reeves, CBS News, St. Louis.
Rock, rock, rock and roll!
Doesn't that make you feel old? He's 60 years old and can move like that. Coming up next, our preview of the Cats. Stay with us.
I'm Lorenzo Lamas with American Treasury. The irrational fear of the number 13 is called triskaidekaphobia. We'll find out how the number became unlucky after this.
The tall ships, a symbol of our American heritage. Help keep them alive to teach us the lore and skills of another age. Support maritime preservation efforts in your community. Don't give up the ships.
Many tall buildings don't have a floor number 13 because the ability of primitive man to count was limited. He used his 10 fingers and his 2 feet, which is why no numbers beyond 12 have an independent name. The next number beyond 12, 13, had no definite meaning. This caused man to fear that uncertain 13, making it fateful, ominous, and very unlucky. This original association has never died, continuing to haunt and obsess people today. It's a fact in the Library of Congress. Learn more about numbers in your library.
The all-new Fall-Winter Ohio Pass, the magazine that sends you all over Ohio this fall and winter with money-saving Ohio Pass coupons for fun attractions, exciting outdoor adventures, and accommodations of all kinds. For your free Ohio Pass coupon magazine with more than $1,000 in money-saving coupons, just call 1-800-BUCKEYE and plan your fall-winter getaways to Ohio.
Well, let's face it, there are certain things that are pure as Cincinnati. Chili, Grater's Ice Cream, Mount Adams, Fountain Square, the Bengals. And our radio show's a lot like that. We've been here a long time, and people know they can depend on us, and they seem to like us.
How will you stay warm this winter? You could pile on this many blankets, or snuggle under one cozy, fluffy goose down comforter from Downlight.
Down with comfort.
You can bundle up in layers of clothing, or insulate yourself in a famous brand down coat or jacket from Downlight.
Down with warmth.
Plus, you'll save 30 to 60% by buying direct from Downlight's factory outlet.
Down with savings.
Downlight Factory Outlet in the Blue Ash Commerce Center off East Kemper. Call 489-DOWN.
Not surprisingly, the most advanced watch factory in the world has been chosen to make the most famous watch in the world. It's a Loris. Loris, more watch than humanly possible, at a price that'll make you smile.
In sports, the Bearcats get ready to face the nation's top team this weekend. Denny has a preview and the rest of the sports.
Hello again, everyone. Here's a sports brief for you on this Friday. It's a time-worn cliche. Everyone says it, out of the frying pan and into the fire. That's where UC finds itself. Last week it was Penn State, number 5 nationally. This week, number 1 ranked Miami invades the Cat's lair. But UC should have an advantage. They know what it'll take to get up for national powerhouse. After all, they gave the Nittany Lions a run for their money last Saturday, and that experience should prove helpful.
Well, it's going to help in many ways, and then it might hurt a little bit. We had a big effort up there, and to come back and with the same kind of effort and the same kind of emotion, our guys are going to really have to reach down because we've had 6 tough ball games this year.
So what's one more, right? But seriously, what can they do to prepare for the Hurricanes?
Well, we've lit a lot of candles and said a lot of prayers.
Yeah, the Miami Redskins have lost wideout Jack Arthur indefinitely. Tuesday, he was hospitalized in Oxford complaining of cramps, a stomach flu or viral infection originally suspected. Transferred to University Hospital here, he's been re-diagnosed as having suffered a cerebral aneurysm. He's listed in fair condition. AA District Section 2 volleyball action last night at North College Hill High School. Number 1 seeded Finneytown in the far court there. Wyoming near court. Dee Dee Huseman with the serve. Before she yielded the ball, however, Finneytown had sprinted out to a 9-0 lead in that first game. They built on that to win the first one going away 15-3. But I'll tell you what, Coach Deb Gentili's Lady Cowboys turned the tables in the second game, pushing out to a 6-0 lead with a combination of power and finesse, as demonstrated by freshman Amy Morehouse here up against the net as she just dinks one over. But number 1 seeded Finneytown eventually prevailed. There are your scores. Elsewhere was Reading in 2 games over North College Hill. Indian Hill likewise over Clinton Massey. And Goshen 15-9, 15-12 over Taylor. Let's take in some girls soccer while we're out at NCH. The Lady Trojans hosting the Mason Comets in the Green Unis. They're up 2-0 on the strength of 2 goals by that young lady, Mindy Duff. That gives her 32 for the season, 128 for her career. But watch as Wendy Geddes on the assist from Carla Reardon will find net to cut the lead to a goal at 2-1. There's my buddy Jamie Mosley I met out there. But this Mason outfit headed into the Fort Ancient Valley League title showdown Saturday with Springboro. Just kept coming at you. Carrie Collins out front here will take the pass from Libby Shorter. Goal, Mason. That makes it 3-1. 3-2 the final as the Comets up their record to 10-4-3 on the season. That's Sports Brief to this hour. Please join Steve Esposito, Julie Isfording, and me later today on Newswatch at 5:30. Until then, have a good Friday.
Thank you, Denny. We'll be back with the final word right after this.
McLean County, Illinois. I'm trying to reach the Mississippi by nightfall, so there's not much time for lunch. Now, did you know that you can have a Pizza Hut personal pan pizza served to your table within 5 minutes after ordering? Guaranteed. Or else the next one's free. So, which would you rather have for lunch tomorrow? A delicious personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut? Or a burger that's been served to over 55 billion people?
We're Cincinnati's finest. We make grocery shopping fun. We make sure you always know we know you're number 1.
Thriftway specials this week include Style Hairspray 8-ounce special twin pack, a Best Buy at 99 cents. And Dove liquid dish detergent 22-ounce bottle 59 cents with coupon, save 60 cents.
We're gonna make your day. We're gonna make your day the Thriftway way. We're gonna make your day.
You're watching WKRC-TV, Channel 12, Cincinnati. This is Eyewitness 12 News. With anchorman Nick Clooney. Weather with Glenn Ryle. And sports with Don Burrows.
Good evening, everyone. In tonight's news, we're going to lead with a story that is still in development. This is a story of violence tonight. Information still coming in. We're on the scene. Let's take a live picture of it. Let's get out there for a live picture, and we'll see that we're in the 2200 block of Adams Road in the Mount Healthy Coleraine Township area. One person was found outside of a building there, neck slashed. That person's still alive and actually has been air cared to University Hospital. We're told that the victim is still inside the house. Condition is unknown. We're told now also that we have a neighbor on the scene who is ready to talk to us now. Let us find out, first of all, if we may, is the neighbor there and ready to talk to us? Okay, let's find out. Apparently not. Just checking. Ah, yes, right here. Here's the neighbor. May I ask your name, please?
My name is Richard Rompis. I live on 2285 Adams Road.
Yes, Richard, thank you very much for talking to us. I understand that you found the victim outside. Is that right?
This is Mount Health, Springfield Township. That's not Coleraine Township, Springfield Township.
I appreciate that correction. Thank you. Can you tell me, I understand that you found one of the victims outside. Is that right?
Right. My wife told me, I was watching television, you know, and my wife told me that something happened outside, so I ran out of the house, and I saw this lady already laying down in front of her house.
Uh-huh.
You know, with her throat cut all the way from the left-hand side of her ear all the way up to the middle of her throat.
Now, did you recognize the lady? Is she a neighbor?
Well, she was, her face was so swollen up that I couldn't recognize her.
I see. The air care...
The only thing is she got blonde hair, see, and I know Miss Lehman very well.
And now tell me that she has been air cared away and was still alive, we understand, when she left.
Well, she was still alive, yes, but they give her all kinds of oxygen and what do you call it?
All kinds
air through her lungs, you know.
Yes,
air through her lungs and so forth.
Now, it's our understanding that there might be another victim. Have you heard that as well?
Yeah, according to the policeman here, her husband, I don't know if it's her husband or not, but there's a man in the house who's also dead.
I thank you very much for bringing us up to date on that. We also have a reporter on the way now. We thank you very much for telling us that information. When we get more information, we'll go back to the scene and bring you up to date, see if we can find a motive, see if we can find out how it happened, why it happened, and what the particulars of that event, that tragic event, are in Springfield Township. All right, now we're also going to have a story now about two area police agencies making simultaneous raids tonight on massage parlors that police allege hide houses of prostitution. As Eyewitness 12's Carla Stanley reports, the operations in Hamilton and Butler counties netted 4 prostitution arrests.
Closed. That's what the sign on the Rose Garden Health Spa door says tonight. Fairfield police raided the alleged brothel around 8, and at the same time, Sharonville police were making arrests at the Comika Hot Tub Palace. 2 women were arrested at both locations and charged with prostitution.
We executed search warrants and arrest warrants. At this particular location, we identified and arrested 2 female employees of the health spa.
The Comika Hot Tub Palace had been operating since February. The Fairfield location had only been open for 3 weeks. Business had been picking up, though.
They have a small waiting area when you first go in. 2 doors, you'd ring a doorbell. They would come to the door, look out a window of the door, and then let you in. Walk down a hall, and on the right side, there was like 6 different rooms. Each room was equipped with a bed made out of 2x4s and plywood with a styrofoam mattress.
Police are still looking for the owner of the 2 locations tonight. Officials feel the same person owns both. All 4 of the women who were arrested tonight told police they are not American citizens. If that is the case, and if they are found guilty of the charges against them, they can be deported. We have some more information. 2 of the women's names, they are believed to be Korean nationals. The women who were arrested in Fairfield are identified as Chobi Young and Moon Hui Nopins.
Well, we see the 4 women arrested. What about any of their alleged customers? How about the men?
When the raids were made tonight, there were no men in either one of the locations. No customers.
And no other arrests at this moment?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay, thanks very much, Carla. Other news now. For the second time in 2 weeks, striking workers from the U.S. Playing Card Company in Norwood got together to consider going back to work. Union leaders say some members were having second thoughts about walking off the job. Those doubts prompted the second round of balloting tonight. Eyewitness 12's Beverly White standing by live in Norwood right now, and she has the latest for us. Okay, Beverly.
Well, Nick, for about 2 hours tonight, the picket lines came down in Norwood, so members of Local 257, the U.S. Playing Card Workers Union, could head over to a bingo hall and vote on the matter whether or not they're going to go back to work. Apparently, this would have determined the future of the strike, but 79 people voted to stay out, 60 voted to go. So the majority ruled, and the picket lines continue tonight. A lot of union members tell us they were confused about the reason for tonight's meeting, but their president says it was pretty simple.
Well, I got everybody here together for another meeting to see how they still feel about things. We've had a number of people since last Sunday's meeting who have indicated to the company that they wish to return to work, and such a large number that I need to find out from the members here just exactly what they want to do now.
The picket lines would have come down if the vote had gone differently, but there's no guarantee these people would have returned to their old jobs. That uncertainty apparently helped defeat any drive to put away the picket signs the members have carried since last November. They walked off the job in a contract dispute, and despite some tough financial times, many say they'll stay out.
I am drawing unemployment, but I came tonight to see if there's going to be anything that's going to better us to, you know, go back to work. And as it stands, I don't think so. So I'll probably be looking for another job. I don't feel like I could go in and work for the company that was there often.
The union president says there were hard feelings at the meeting tonight between those who do and those who don't want to end the strike. He says the union isn't giving in to company pressure.
Any strike is won or lost, or work stoppage is won and lost due to the people. It wasn't the company that is beating us now, it's our own people that are going across.
Now, as you recall, Nick, the strike started on November 30th at midnight when 261 people walked off the job. We're told now that at least 60 want to go back to work, and they've indicated that much to the company. For the time being, there are replacement workers in U.S. Playing Card right now. In fact, a few passed me on their way out because right about now is shift change. Nick.
Okay, Beverly, thank you very much. We're going to take a break now. We'll be right back.
Premier Pontiac, Banner Buick, and Kerry Ford bring you the best tickets in town. 2 round-trip Delta Airlines tickets and 2.9% financing with any new vehicle purchase.
Get the better deal at Jake Sweeney Chevrolet and Jake Sweeney Chrysler Plymouth. Why, we'll even show you the invoice. Just make us an offer. Now that's thinking of you.
Imagine we're your car's piston. We go up and down, and we're supposed to run like this. But when your fuel injectors are clogged or your octane is too low, we can knock, sputter, and miss. But Sohio Premium cleans up clogged fuel injectors, and its high octane helps your engine run at peak performance. Let's show them, guys!
Sohio Premium. We give you more to go on.
A refreshing change of taste. Arby's Turkey Deluxe, now only 99 cents through May 24th. Taste the Arby's difference today.
Well, the federal court system has delivered a blow to the city of Cincinnati. Judge Carl Rubin ruled a city ordinance banning the storage of certain potentially hazardous chemicals in the floodway along Kellogg Avenue invalid. Eyewitness 12's Rob Braun has that story.
You may remember when this incident happened, this is what it looked like. A benzene spill from a rail car at Queen City Terminal. Residents in the area were enraged by the possible dangers. The Columbia-Tusculum Community Council has been fighting zoning issues surrounding the storage of hazardous chemicals in this area for a long time, and long before their fears were realized with this accident. The spill prompted the city to revoke Queen City Terminal's right to pump benzene under city streets, and it also spurred the passing of an ordinance banning the storage of several hundred potentially dangerous and hazardous chemicals in the floodway. It was the second ordinance, the storage of several hundred chemicals, that federal Judge Carl Rubin ruled invalid. The reason behind the decision, according to the Queen City Terminal attorney, is simply put the unequal application of the law.
Was it a personal attack on Queen City Terminals?
Well, I personally felt that it was a vast difference in terms of volume, in terms of what they were handling in the floodway, and what anybody else didn't even come close in terms of the volume of the activity. And I think it just seems to me that that was the basis.
The city is right now looking at 3 options: appeal, a new ordinance, or to permit the storage.
Right now we're in an unprotected situation. I would suspect that the community will again be very concerned.
And Strauss believes, based on past support on the issue, that City Council will scramble to draw up another ordinance that meets the objections set forth by Judge Rubin. Queen City Terminals could now be in line for damages from the city due to the loss of potential business created by this ordinance. The neighborhood, meantime, believes they may be holding an ace because of an agreement signed with Sohio, Queen City Terminals, and Columbia-Tusculum, banning the storage of just over 100 chemicals in the floodway. Nick, that agreement was signed prior to the city actually getting
that ordinance
involved. Right.
But of course it hasn't been tested in court either, right?
So now they don't know if it's going to hold up or if indeed they'll have to test it at all.
Okay, Rob, thanks very much. World and national news tonight. The Ministry of Information in Fiji is reporting a military coup tonight in that South Pacific island nation. Let's show you where it's located. It's in general terms near the coast of Australia. Witnesses say the Prime Minister and cabinet have been kidnapped by an Army colonel and other soldiers. No word on their condition out. A caretaker government is going to be installed shortly, we are now told. And former National Security Advisor Robert McFarland spent his third day on the witness stand. He told a congressional panel, and he told them vehemently, that the United States is not able to deal with terrorism effectively. After the flash of temper, he admitted he did not tell all he knew to the Attorney General last year. Still coming up on Eyewitness 12 News, the troubleshooter has an investigation that closed the doors of a popular health club. And Glenn Ryle has a healthy forecast.
Mostly dark tonight. Continued warm and dry. More details coming up.
What a hit! Your Lennox Air Conditioning Pro is playing a whole new ball game. Don't miss it because he's pitching a 12-month shutout. See your participating Lennox dealer for 12-month 0% financing and a $100 cash rebate on selected high-efficiency Lennox air conditioning products.
Hamilton Fairfield residents know In-Lo's Heating and Cooling is the place to call for all their home comfort needs.
We can handle any job and get it done right the first time.
Call In-Lo's Heating and Cooling and see what they can do for you in the Hamilton Fairfield area.
WUBE Waking Crew, Bill White and Jackie White.
Do you know your own birthday?
Then you can win $7,000 this Thursday morning.
So easy. Set your radio on WUBE.
That's 105.1 FM.
Then listen at 7:20 Thursday morning.
We'll announce the birthday in this envelope.
If it matches yours, you could win $7,000. Wow!
WUBE, more music, more fun, and more free money.
Tomorrow morning at 7:20 on WUBE, you could win $7 grand. Don't oversleep.
Have a nice vacation.
Finding the right car can be like searching for buried treasure. Just avoiding the pitfalls can leave you a little frazzled. From salesmen who don't know which end is up to arranging your financing, it can be a hair-raising experience. But you can cut through all the clutter when you come to Simon & Fisher Honda. The search for a new car ends at Simon & Fisher. Nobody works harder.
You know, the phone does mean money in my pocket. The amount of money I spend on it is minimal compared to what I make with it. The doctors that I sell to are very busy, and I can be on the phone with them closing a deal while I'm on my way to closing another deal.
For your cellular car phone, call Danny's Two-Way. He's in the white pages, an authorized dealer of Cellular One service.
Well, I'm not going to talk about the full moon because it makes you nervous. Boy, you were really strange last night. You know that?
I was strange.
Yeah, my goodness, you were saying odd things. But I'll tell you what I do want to remind everybody about, that this Friday, you know about this already, is Police Memorial Day. A lot of you know about it, too. There are going to be all kinds of plans all over town, places where this will be memorialized. I know, for instance, there'll be one of the Cincinnati Police Division, District 1 and others. The Newport police are having one. They're telling me they're having an open house from 1 to 5 at the station on Memorial Day. So there'll be a lot of that going on.
Is this to get acquainted with the police or see how they work?
Sure. It's Police Memorial Day for those police who have fallen in the line of duty.
The line of duty?
That's right. And so it'll be coming up this Friday, and you can tell them what kind of day it's going to be for them.
It is. All right, this Friday. Let's start out with today first. 83 was our high for today. Normal, 73. Record, 91 back in 1881. You remember that, don't you, Nick? Yeah. Low this morning, 51 degrees, and that's it. Normal, 51 degrees. Low of 37, 1938. All right, temperature at the moment, 66 degrees. Relative humidity, 74%. The barometer, 30.07. It's steady winds out of the southeast at 5. Air quality today, 63 in the moderate range. No precipitation. River level, 26.6 feet. Satellite photograph looks like this from 26,000 feet. Little clouds up around northern part of Indiana, not amounts to much. For the most part, clear, except a little shower activity down in the southeastern part of Kentucky. Here's where the line of showers went through. St. Paul, Minneapolis police reported tornadoes with an S on it up around the St. Paul, Minneapolis area, all moving to the east. No reports on any damage or any injuries. This front is the one that's going to be moving into our area that could trigger off some shower activity. Now, as we cut through those clouds of the satellite you saw, you can see the heavy rain, and the heavy rain, a lot of it still down toward the south, down around the Texas area, down around the southeastern part of the country, and moving on a course that's due east just about. What's going to happen now, we've got a stationary front here that's kind of holding everything down there for the moment. It's finally going to weaken, fizzle out as this one swings through. Now, the timing for tomorrow depends on what this front's going to do. Actually, it's kind of moving in a northeasterly direction. We could wind up getting sideswiped with the tail of this as it comes through, the tail of the front I'm talking about here. And this is the way to look tomorrow as it moves through. Now, as it does, what happens, this moves off, starts to weaken a lot. This one comes through a little stronger, a little change of air, draws some of the moisture up into our area. We could see some thunder shower activity in our viewing area. 83, our high for today, and the highs around the country, not bad, rather pleasant. Forecast for tonight. Moonlit skies, low near 60. No, don't mention moon. And then for tomorrow, partly sunny, a warm afternoon, a high of 86. And tomorrow night, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm, low of 61. Friday, becoming partly to mostly sunny, a high of 79, low of 52. And on Saturday, mostly sunny and warm, a high of 84, low of 58. And Sunday is looking great also. Good. Once we get the, wish we could get the rain, though.
Yeah, we do need some of that. Howard Ain is at it again. Here he goes. Eyewitness 12 investigation into conditions at a Pleasant Ridge Fitness Center has led to the indefinite closing of the facility tonight. Eyewitness 12's troubleshooter Howard Ain has these details.
The Living Well Fitness Center in Pleasant Ridge was declared unfit today by fire and building officials. The action comes on the heels of complaints to Eyewitness 12, complaints about conditions here.
We were promised that we would be able to work out both sides, men and women's, have shower facilities, sauna, steam room, and every time we ask anybody, they say it's coming.
We get through working out, we have no showers. We have to go out of here smelling like everything.
You have no showers?
No showers, no water, nothing. Water fountain don't even work sometimes.
So we notified the Hamilton County Building Department. Officials came out immediately and told us the facility with 1,200 members was supposed to have been renovated.
The thing kind of got out of control through why we don't know at this point. That's why we're shutting the business down until we get some answers.
Among the problems, exposed wiring, a sprinkler system that's been covered up by a new ceiling, and several other fire code violations. As is required in all buildings, there have to be emergency exits in case of a fire. But this is the exit in this building. And as you can see, it doesn't lead directly outside, but rather to a construction area. Officials say an exit like this violates fire codes. This is where the showers and whirlpool are to be located, but we're told no work has been done here in months.
We haven't any results of any electrical inspection being made or any plumbing inspection being made.
I'm very mad. I want my money back because I paid $300 down, cash, and they say I can't get my money back, so something got to be done.
So we contacted Living Well's regional manager in Columbus, who said it was up to their contractor to get the necessary permits, and he said that he was unaware of any violations. The building department says the facility will not reopen until the problems are corrected. We'll keep you informed. Howard Ain, Eyewitness 12 troubleshooter.
Howard, thank you. Well, early on tonight, it looked as if the Reds were in trouble again, but wait till Don Burrows tells you how it turned out 2 minutes from now.
In every Walgreens pharmacy, there's an intercom that saves you time. So no matter where you travel, your current prescription records are as close as the nearest Walgreens. And intercom saves you money by reminding you of generic savings. Walgreens intercom may even help protect you from an allergic reaction. Isn't it nice there's a Walgreens nearby?
It's nickel print days at Walgreens Photo Center. For a limited time only, get a second set of color prints for a nickel a print. Imagine, a second set to share for only a nickel a print.
The worst thing you do for a child is to allow them to fail, and we cannot allow our children to fail. And I think
from Ashland to the Purchase, the John Y. Brown message for politicians.
The reason education has been last in Kentucky is because politics has been first, and education has been last. It's been that way for 100 years. But now we're free to do something about it. In the next 4 years, I expect to be and have the best educational program our state's ever known.
John Y. Brown, Jr., he's coming back to lead Kentucky forward.
From the moment children are born, they need the nourishment you find in milk. But did you know milk can lose important vitamins? Unshielded light penetrates plastic containers. In 24 hours, low-fat milk can lose up to 10% of its riboflavin and substantially more of its fortified vitamin A. But paper cartons keep most harmful light out and more vitamins in. Buy your children milk in protective paper cartons and give them more to the gallon.
Introducing the new generation of chicken that's changing your grocer's fresh meat case. New Tyson Chicken Originals. Fresh boneless breast fillets we marinate flavorful and that you cook in as little as 2 minutes. Taste zesty Italian, saucy barbecue, tangy lemon pepper, and more. New Tyson Chicken Originals. So fast and flavorful. It's the new generation of chicken.
All right, I don't care if you don't have any pictures. Just tell me. How did it happen? Inning by inning. Go ahead. Let me hear.
Inning by inning?
Yeah,
well, very quickly, they fell behind 6-0.
Okay.
And then from there on out, they've managed to pick it up and come back from a 6-0 deficit. There's your final score right there. When they chopped it to 6-5, Barry Larkin hit a 2-run homer in the 7th inning, which put him over the top at 7-6. Tracy Jones, a bases-loaded double in the 8th, made it 10-6. And just for the icing on the icing, in the 9th inning, Dave Parker, a 2-run homer, which was his 9th. 12-6, winning pitcher Tom Browning. And the only reason he stuck around is because Jerry Royce only went an inning in the 3rd the day before. Otherwise, Browning's out of there. He's gone. But he sticks around for 7, and he's the winning pitcher. The bullpen now has 30 consecutive scoreless innings as Franco and Robinson come on to shut the door, and they win at 12-6. They also move into first place because the Cardinals scored 3 in the 9th to come from behind. They beat the Giants 7-6 is the final score, so the Reds with a half-game lead now in that Western Division. Houston was starting the night 3 games out, 2.5 games behind the Reds. And Mike Scott's on the hill, man on first for the Mets. It's a hit-and-run situation. The pop-out, quick flip back, and they got him right there to double up the Mets. Mike Scott was still on the hill in the 8th inning as he picks up the strikeout here. On the scoreboard, in the 9th inning, Billy Doran tied it with a base hit, and they're tied 1-all. Actually, Doran in the 8th tied it, so there's where they stand. Pittsburgh beat San Diego by 4. Atlanta over Philadelphia as Murphy hit his 10th, and Chicago's winning there in the 2nd inning of play in Los Angeles. In the American League, Oakland beating the Brewers. Milwaukee's lost 8 straight games. Texas over New York, so the Yankees are still tied with the Brewers for first. Kansas City and Baltimore are tied in the 11th. Seattle's beaten Boston by a run. Detroit over California 10-7. Cleveland over Chicago by 2 as Darryl Boston hit his 3rd home run, but in a losing cause for Chicago. And Toronto shutting out Minnesota. Clancy now 5-2. All right, for you NBA fans, you know Milwaukee was at Boston, and the Celtics looking for the clincher in Boston on their parquet floor. Well, first Dennis Johnson misses the layup. Robert Parrish got an easy, but no, he misses it. Comes down to Sigma. Terry Cummings hits this shot, and with 5 minutes left, they are down, the Celtics are, by 8 points. But Moncrief, the block by Parrish. The other way, Dennis Johnson hits it to 1-point lead for the Celtics. But Terry Cummings posting up on Bird, turns around off the glass. That's your winning bucket right there. Final score 129-124. The Bucks are still in there. They're going back to Milwaukee with the Celtics up 3-2. Now the other game, Detroit at Atlanta. The Pistons looking for the 4th win. But in Atlanta, they were down by 12 as the 4th quarter began. Now they're up by 1. Dominique Wilkins has the ball stolen from him. Dennis Rodman makes a circus NBA-type shot. Dominique trying to come back. He has it stolen again. And you guessed it, Vinnie Johnson had 19 points in the game, 17 in the 4th quarter. The Pistons win it 104-96. So get this clue. The Pistons are awaiting the Boston Celtics or Milwaukee Bucks.
Or Milwaukee.
But they wrapped it up in 5, and the Bucks and Celtics are still playing.
Celtics are limping. We'll be back with more on our lead story in just a moment.
All Angelo light fixtures now 25% off at Central Hardware. More than 100 styles. Traditional hall or bedroom fixture now just $40. Solid brass exterior wall lantern $35.99. Antique brass strip light $27. Handsome polished brass chandelier just $74.99. Angelo fixtures 25% off at Central.
We've got it all from scoop to nut.
Look for service in every aisle and prices to make you smile.
Central Hardware.
You can't start your family in the morning on empty, and now you don't have to. Hormel presents new Traditions breakfast sandwiches, hearty helpings of meat, egg, and cheese on buttermilk biscuits, ready to microwave in minutes. New Traditions breakfast sandwiches, so your family won't have to face a full day on empty. The time has come for new Traditions. Real food, real fast, from Hormel.
Today is the day. Buy carpet at Tim Hogan's 1-week-only carpet clearance. Tim Hogan's has slash prices on Coronet stain-release carpet. Up to 3 rooms, just $499. Could be your living room, dining room, and hall. Installed with new stain-resistant carpet.